With week 1 of the 2018 NBA season in the books, let's take a look at some of the best games, performances, and stories from the first week of basketball action. We'll start the video off with the 5 best individual performances from week 1 of the NBA season. The best performance of the week belonged to Blake Griffin, which was also the most recent performance in a game where Blake dropped 50 points, 14 boards, and 6 assists, including the game-winning and one with 1 second remaining in OT against the 76ers on the 23rd. Nikola Jokic had the second best performance of the week when he had a 35-point, 11-rebound, 11-assist triple-double on perfect 11 of 11 shooting from the field in a win against the Suns. He also had 4 steals and 1 block in the performance. Jokic became the first player in NBA history to record a triple-double without a missed field goal or a turnover. Trae Young had the best rookie performance of the week and a top 5 performance of the week when he dropped 35 points and 11 assists in a win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Young became just the 5th rookie to ever record 35 points and 10 assists in a game, joining Steph Curry, LeBron, Allen Iverson, and Jason Kidd. Not bad company. The only top performance in the loss belongs to Kemba Walker, who dropped 41 points in the Hornets season opener against the Bucks. Walker nailed 7 threes, including 3s to cap off the second and the third quarter. Walker led the Hornets back from a 20-point deficit, but wasn't enough as Nick Batum missed a potential game winner at the buzzer. The 5th best performance of the week belongs to KD for his 38-point, 9-rebound, and 7-assist game against the Utah Jazz. KD nailed 14 of his 25 shots in the 1-point victory. Now it's time to look at the 3 best games of the week. The game of the week belongs to the Spurs in their 143-142 overtime victory over the LA Lakers. In a back-and-forth performance throughout, we got 4 real great individual performances. LeBron and DeRozan matched each other as they both put up 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 14 assists. But it was LaMarcus Aldridge and Kyle Kuzma who led the game in scoring as they both put up 37 points. LeBron had his first true Hollywood moment as he capped an 8-0 Lakers run in the last minute of regulation with a deep game-tying 3. But that moment was quickly forgotten as LBJ missed 2 free throws down the stretch to add to the Lakers' lead, and Patty Mills nailed the game winner on the other end. LeBron had a chance to add to a spectacular night, and he missed the potential game winner to send the Lakers to 0-3. The second best game of the week came with Blake Griffin's 50-piece when the Pistons topped the Sixers, 133-132 in overtime. Not only did Blake hit the game winner with 2 seconds remaining, but that was just seconds after JJ Redick nailed a 3-pointer to give the Sixers a 2-point lead with 5 seconds remaining. But probably the best part for Pistons fans was watching Joel Embiid miss the potential game winner, especially after he flopped Andre Drummond out of the game in the 4th quarter. The 3rd best game of the week belongs to the Nuggets, who topped the Warriors 100-98 at the Pepsi Center. After some controversial calls, the game came down to the final possession when Juancho Hernan-Gomez swatted Damian Jones' attempt at the buzzer. Nikola Jokic and Gary Harris paced the Nuggets all game, with Jokic scoring 23 points and Harris dropping 28, while also playing some great defense on the other end. Steph led the way for the Warriors with his 30 points and 6 assists. The biggest story of the week happened in LeBron's Staples Center debut, but LBJ wasn't the headline. There was a fight that went down between Rajon Rondo, CP3, and Brandon Ingram. Rondo spit into Chris Paul's face, which eventually led to punches being thrown by Paul, Rondo, and Ingram. All 3 players involved were suspended for multiple games, with Ingram receiving the most at a 4-game suspension, Rondo a 3-game, and CP3 a 2-game suspension. Another story that came out of the fight was Rondo calling out CP3. Rondo said, and I quote, "Everybody wants to believe that Chris Paul is a good guy. They don't know he's a horrible teammate. They don't know how he treats people." And apparently Rondo has some backers, as both Glenn Big Baby Davis and Kenyon Martin agreed with Rondo about what he said about their former teammate. The final story of the week revolves around Jimmy Butler, as it seems talks between the Heat and the T-Wolves have died down, but there may be a new team in the Jimmy Butler sweepstakes, as according to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, the Dallas Mavericks are now entering the trade discussions for the disgruntled star. Check out the video I did earlier in the week to see why I think the T-Wolves are making the right call by not biting on any trade offers they received so far. Link will be in the description down below. Now it's time for the top 5 plays of the week. Coming in at number 5, LeBron's first 2 baskets as an LA Laker. LBJ started his Laker career in style with 2 mean tomahawk dunks with a little Damian Lillard jam sandwiched in between. And at number 4, we'll get a double dose. Well, I guess a triple dose of LeBron, as his game-tying 3 versus the Spurs was simply nasty. But it was Patty Mills who got the last laugh with the game winner. Good on ya, mate. I'm going to say sorry in advance for that one. It's no surprise that most of the best plays came from the week's best games, as Juancho Hernan-Gomez's game-winning block comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 was Jonas Jerebko's game-winning tip-in against his former team as the Warriors beat the Jazz by 1. And the best play of the week belongs to Blake Griffin and his game-winning and 1. 2 wouldn't get the job done, but 3 does. So it's Blake with his and 1 that comes in at number 1. And we're going to close out this Week 1 recap with your Week 1 All-NBA team. Coming in at point guard is Kemba Walker, who after 1 week is the second leading scorer in the NBA. Walker averaged 33 points and 5 assists in his 4 games of the season. Steph Curry takes the other guard spot after he averaged 30.5 points per game and nearly 8 assists per game through the first week of the NBA season. Curry's assists and the success of his team gave him the narrow edge over Zach LaVine. Giannis is going to take the small forward spot. He averaged 27.3 points, 16 boards, and nearly 6 assists a game. With the addition of Brook Lopez, the Bucks needed Giannis to step up on the glass, and he has definitely answered the bell so far. Blake Griffin is going to take that power forward spot as he is now leading the NBA in scoring at 36.3 points per game. It wasn't just one game for Blake, though, as he's been killing it all season. Blake is also averaging over 11 boards and 5 assists to complement his scoring. And the center spot has to belong to Anthony Davis, who's averaging 30 points, 13 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks, while propelling the Pelicans to a perfect 3-0 record. And finally, we'll take a look at the standings. 5 teams finished opening week with a perfect record. Toronto, Milwaukee, Detroit, Denver, and New Orleans all finished the week without a blemish on their record. All right, and that's going to do it for your Week 1 recap. If you guys like the format of this video, please drop a like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for these videos in the future, please leave them in the comments below.